So, Charles, back to you.
Yeah, I'll run through this very quickly, and I'll just put on screen the logo and front page of a government body that you're unlikely to have heard very much about, and that is His Majesty's Government Communications Centre. They are the people that make the sort of Q branch gizmos, and they're closely aligned with the Defence Science and Technology Laboratory, who of course are there to deal with all the cutting edge weaponry, including development of directed energy weapons and so forth. And there's been a sort of spewing out into the public sphere some chat around HMGCC at the moment, not least because the BBC have been let in behind the scenes, and they show a photograph here of Hanslope Park near Milton Keynes. And the narrative is that this is the place where Alan Turing worked, and that we should all take great pride in what they've done for the nation, and to very much cast them as sort of coming out from behind the shadows to act in our, well, at least with a sort of benevolent end. There's also a government press release which came out last week saying that the body behind secret tech opens doors to expand engineering excellence, and specifically and mildly alarmingly, they say that their history of secret engineering work for national security is seeking to work with companies and universities more openly than ever before on technology projects to help keep the country safe. So we go into the detail of that, again, from the HMGCC website, where they talk about co-creation. Now, what they mean is that they're essentially looking with DSTL, who I've just referenced, for a development in technology that will allow them to cooperate with other institutions. So they say staff safety is at the heart of the first tech challenge being officially launched as HMGCC Co-Creation. This current challenge focuses around telecoms technology, specifically the ability to carefully read enough information from an electronic SIM card to help keep track of deployed government employees in the interests of keeping them safe. They go on. With mobile telephone technology changing, HMGCC Co-Creation is now keen to engage with technical experts in companies or universities who can collaborate with them on different ways to gather IMSI identifiers from electronic SIM cards for the purposes of looking after staff welfare when operating overseas. So, as I say, having mentioned Turing in the lead-in and going through all the various code-breaking bits and bobs that they've made over the years and putting a very positive spin on it, added to which they're now using language sort of safety and security, first of all, of their own staff, one has to wonder what else might be coming out of this organisation. And so with that in mind, I'll just go back to 2021, and we'll look at a piece from Intelligence Online. It's all about Tradecraft, in which they cite HMGCC's involvement in countering espionage from Beijing, with a headline, Britain's HMGCC looks to serve as bulwark against Beijing. The Communications Security Agency, which develops gadgets for the intelligence community, is at the front line of efforts to counter Chinese espionage. And yet here we are, given an announcement by government now, and indeed the BBC, that in actual fact they're working in the interests of our safety.